Jump aboard,
Let's get into it.
Smash them. Happy days. I'm fishing Lake Bullen today near Camperdown, Victoria. This is Chris Pittman. Now Chris, you tell me there's some beautiful fish in this lake.
There is some massive Chinook salmon and you're with every chance of a big brown and rainbow trout.
All those three things I love a lot. Let's go smash them, dude. We're trying to maintain about 1.8 to 2 knots. And it's amazing with this wind behind us, it's actually pushing us along. So all we're doing is just putting the Yamaha in and out of gear, watching the sounder, keeping the speed right, because at that speed the lures move really, really well, and the fish love them. This contraption is called a downrigger, and it's all about getting our lures down in the water column. So what we do on the end of this line here, we've got a massive lead weight. We put the lead weight on the end, we then have a release clip. Our line on the rod and reel goes into the release clip. We then let this down, it takes everything down to whatever depth we want. We actually see it on the sounder plus as a counter. When the fish comes along, bang, the release clip opens. We wind the big weight in separately, and we've got the fish on a lure with no weight attached. A perfect system to catch the big fish here in Lake Bullen. You're going to try a Tassie Devil for something a bit different on the troll. What you do, you run your line through the Tassie Devil so it runs freely. That way the fish can't use the weight of the lure to throw the lure. A couple of beads on the back there, and I've simply tied 2 VMC lure hooks back to back, and that is a neat little presentation of catch fish. This one on the downrigger. This fish, oh, fish.
Here we go. Yep.
Good
We're
work.
on.
Well done. Do you want me to clear the gear?
Nah, should be fine.
Okay, mate, I'll put it in neutral. Good work.
Thank you. Awesome.
Oh, it's a salmon.
It's a nice salmon,
Beautiful.
Chinook salmon.
That's on the Devil, is it?
That's the pink Tassie Devil.
On the downrigger.
Does it every time.
Crazy, eh? They're so good. And we're actually trolling at 1.5 knots, and the motor's not even in gear, mate. The wind's doing it for us. Oh, beautiful. I might grab the net, eh? Is all this gear all right in here, mate? Yeah, bring him around this side.
Yeah, I'll bring him around this side. I reckon I can.
Oh!
There he is.
Bit of jumping. How beautiful is
That
that?
Tassie sliding out the way just stops him using it against you.
So cool, eh? Slowly bring him my way, mate.
No worries.
He doesn't want to come in, does he?
No, he's got a bit left in him just yet.
Whoops, I'll pull away, bring the fish to the net. Oh, and well done, my friend.
Not a problem.
Good work. That is a beautiful fish. Look at the way he has engulfed that lure, mate. Wowee, look at that. Now that is a Chinook salmon?
That is a Chinook salmon, that's for sure.
What a beautiful fish. This
is a
is
nice fish too.
Oh, isn't it? What? That is the king of all salmon. I've caught these things in Alaska to over 30 pounds. I've seen them to 50 pounds. And isn't it amazing that we get a salmon that traditionally can live in salt and freshwater in these cradle lakes?
It's just amazing. It's a great opportunity.
I've got to say something very interesting. This actually smells a bit fishy.
It certainly does.
What's the go there?
I don't know, it must be the water, but yeah, strong smell.
I think it's the fact that they're absolutely jam-packed full of omega fatty acids. So good for you, so healthy. So this one, I think I'll have with chips and potato cakes and a Chico roll because they're healthy. A bit of a change of pace this afternoon. We've pulled in close to the shore, about 20 metres of water, and we're actually fishing with pilchard fillets for salmon. Pretty cool, burley trail. Let the pillies go down. Won't be long, and there'll be salmon dancing everywhere.
The key to catching these salmon here at Bullen is burley. You need a really solid burley trail to get them to hang around the boat, and the best way to do it is to cube pilchards. So kind of like if you're snapper fishing, just cut them up, get a nice handful and chuck it in, and you need to do that regularly. So you need a good supply of pilchards on hand, wait about half an hour or so, and the salmon will be everywhere.
So the bait we're using for these salmon is pilchard fillets. Love a pilly fillet full of oil and a very small VMC hook. And all I do, I literally go through the back of the pilly fillet like this, about 1/3 of the way down, pull it all the way through. Then, once it's all the way through, I get my little hook there, and I literally go into the fillet and back out. So go in, push it through with the thumb, then thread it around the fillet so it comes back out the same side. That little hook there will sit nice and proud. To finish it off, a half hitch. So simply get the line, make a loop, lock it over like so, and I can put a second one on as well because that'll hold it nice and tight. And there is my beautiful little pilly fillet. Look at that. fish comes along, won't even see the hook sitting there. He comes through, bang, and you get a very, very good hookup rate. He might be a better fish, mate.
Yeah, he is. He's got some weight.
Got some weight. Oh, he has got weight.
Oh, jeez, yeah, for sure.
Oh, he's hanging down deep. Ooh, ooh.
Okay. This is a nice fish, this one.
That's a solid fish, mate.
That's a solid fish.
Oh, he's under the boat. Under the boat. Watch that motor, get it right down. Good work. You're right, do you want to tilt up?
Yeah, just a bit.
How's that looking?
Yeah, perfect. Just,
Oh, beautiful. Around there. This is a good fish, mate.
It's a good fish, this one.
He is going. Oh, he's coming back this way now. I'll get this right out of the water. You come over me.
No worries.
It's just really important when you hook a big fish like this, just work together.
Cool.
And just take your time, because there's no rushes there, mate.
Nah, not at all. Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, he's a solid fish.
Awesome.
It's the fish of the day so far.
Nice.
Just bring the fish to the net. Oh yeah, baby.
Nice. That's a good fish.
Yeah,
Yes.
man. That is absolute gold. Just look at that for a fish. Look at that golden light. Look at that for a salmon. That is just
That
huge.
is a nice salmon.
That is starting to get, he's well over a kilo, probably 1.5 kilos,
I'd
mate.
say getting close. Yeah, 1.5. Easy.
And look at that, man. These things are impressing me. Look at that tail. Oh,
Oi.
that caudal fin there, that tail, that's where all the power comes from. Mate, I'm so excited. I'm so pumped. Whoa! And he's still fighting. Still wanting to jump out of my hands. Good little bite. Yep.
Yes, nice. You're into it.
That's good. I think there's
That's
a bit
a
of weight
good
there
fish.
too. And that feels okay. Oh yeah, feels okay. Oh yeah, there's weight there.
Yes, you
Yep.
have an absolute ripper.
That's a nice fish and that's amazing. We've just seen that moving, weren't we, mate?
The tiniest of bites.
It was just, I reckon we missed a few because in the wind, it's actually
He's going to
hard.
go another boat.
It's actually hard to see him. Where are we going here? Slowly come around. I'll just take my time, head over this way. Yeah, the tiniest of bites, and I reckon I'm missing some in the wind, mate. Well, you just had a bite on that too when I lifted it up. He's coming up, he's coming up. And such a beautiful fish. Just the power is unbelievable. And the setup today is pretty cool. It's a Shimano IFISH 702 rod, under, with a beautiful little Stratic 2500. And, oh yeah, it's a nice fish. And 5 pound fins 40G braid. Just sensational in the hand. You catch just about anything with it. And you were saying, mate, these fish, the bigger fish, will run you around the boat.
They will. They'll make you work for it, that's for sure.
Oh, that's what it's all about. That's my kind of work.
That's a nice fish.
He's beautiful, isn't he? They're such powerful fish. It is amazing when they put on a few extra ounces, the power difference is just remarkable.
Pound for pound, they'd have to be one of the hardest fighting fish.
Oh yeah, freshwater for sure.
There we go.
Mate, thank you so much.
Not a
Come
problem.
around here. Here's a solid fish. Hold that net for me. And how's the light on this thing at this time of day? Oh, and that is starting to become a beautiful Chinook salmon. Bit of a wound there. Still not a beast, but
A very respectable fish.
I think respectable is the perfect word. The sun is starting to fall, an incredible day. But if people pop into Trellies at Geelong, are you prepared to tell them how to come to this lake and smash these fish?
Certainly am.
Well, get down and see Chris. He is the man, Lake Bullen, Merri. I have to say, loving your work. That is one beautiful silver slab.